Does it really matter if you continue to get medical treatment after a car crash? Spoiler alert, it does. I'm going to show you why starting medical treatment early, sticking with ongoing care, and having the right legal guidance can make a big difference in your recovery and your case. And I'm talking about not just your medical recovery, but your financial recovery as well. Why is immediate treatment so important? Immediate treatment after a crash helps establish a baseline of what most of your injuries probably are from the crash. Now, in a very serious crash, you're going to be taken by an ambulance to a treatment facility, whether it's a hospital or some kind of emergent care facility. Now, that establishes your initial care. But if you are not so injured at the scene where you feel like you need to take an ambulance, and maybe you are that injured, but you just choose not to take an ambulance, it's really important that you go see a doctor as soon as possible after that crash. Whether it's an urgent care doctor, you go to the emergency room, you contact your family care doctor, somehow you establish you're hurt and you were hurt on that particular day. Trust me when I tell you, insurance companies are always looking for ways to say, you weren't hurt because of this crash, you were hurt for some other reason, or you're not even hurt at all. Oftentimes, at the end of a case, the insurance company, the lawyers, and if it goes in front of a trial, the jury are going to be looking at some of the things that happened on day one or a few days after the crash. What were your pain complaints right after the crash? What were your injuries right after the crash? And how have you progressed from that point forward? If it's only 5 months after a crash that you first report an injury to your doctor, it makes it that much harder to establish that that injury is because of the crash. It might be. It honestly might be. It's just so much harder. Sometimes you get something that just is kind of impacting the back of your head or your neck. You make a mention of it. It just kind of lingers a little bit, and then it gets worse. But you've already established that you had that pain from the beginning. It helps your case, and it helps your medical providers know how to just quarterback that care from day one all the way through the conclusion of your medical treatment. Don't give the insurance company any reason to say that your injuries that were from the crash were due to any other thing. We call it sometimes an intervening incident. There may not be an intervening incident. It could be that it took 2 weeks for you to finally get around to going to the doctor. The problem is, in that 2-week gap, the insurance company has a window now to say maybe something else happened. Don't give them that chance. Number 2, why you have to get ongoing medical treatment. You work with your doctors. It's really only your doctors who can work with you to understand exactly what kind of care makes the most sense for your recovery. It's really important that you stick with that care. Number 1, it's the fastest way for you to get better. Number 2, it helps establish the true value of your legal case. If you're not getting the ongoing care, it makes it very hard for us to say to an insurance company or in court about the person who hit you or caused this damage to you that you're really that damaged because of it. All you're doing is hurting yourself more by not getting ongoing care. Trust me, it is usually the fastest way for you to physically recover and get better and to feel better, but it also helps amplify the true value of your case. Without it, it is very difficult for your legal team to show the true damages, the true harms and losses that stem from that car crash or that on-the-job injury. Getting to a doctor is sometimes not a very easy thing to do. You got to take off work, you've got to get in the car, you've got to find transportation. One way or the other, you've got to get to an appointment. Sometimes doing the at-home treatment too is a pain. It's worth it though. It's worth it to ensure that you can recover as quickly as possible, and it helps your attorney build up the strongest case possible to ensure that an insurance company is not able to say, you really aren't hurt. Which brings me to my 3rd point, which is how a good legal team can help guide you through the process and be part of your overall recovery. So your law firm is going to help work with the doctors and the medical providers to make sure that we are getting the right information to them on your behalf if you're not able to get that to them. Make sure that we're getting the right information back from them to help build up your case and to better understand at what point in the process you're getting better. You're going to have doctors who are treating you through the process. You may need additional medical providers to help explain that process to a jury, for example. Maybe the doctor that is treating you does a very good job of treating you and will be able to handle certain things, but there's another doctor that we need to bring onto the entire team to make sure that we're communicating that information really well to the insurance company or to a jury. So a good lawyer will help you navigate that process to help ensure that you understand the significance of the treatment that you're getting, why it's important, and sometimes just be somebody to talk to understand how that might impact the value of your case. How are we going to orchestrate the legal case to make sure that we maximize the end recovery for you financially, so that while you get the medical care that you need, we're also ensuring that you're getting the right kind of recovery on the legal case. And the other thing too is every medical provider bills a certain way. They all have different ways of tracking the treatment, documenting the treatment, and documenting it in the bills, because there is a cost for all of your medical care. So understanding who's going to be paying for the medical care along the way. Will it be health insurance? Does the lawyer need to help work with a medical lien company to make sure that that company is able to help fund that medical care through the course of the case? Is it going to be self-pay? These are very complicated things, and every client is going to have a different situation. So a good lawyer is going to help that client navigate that process of making sure that the medical community that is involved in their care is also getting paid either along the way or understands that they'll get paid at the end of the case. The law firm is going to be collecting the information, the medical records, and the medical bills, making sure that everything works together to paint the picture of the significance of your injuries, the significance of your harms and losses. It is crucial and it's complicated, but a good lawyer knows how to do that. I hope that helps you understand just how important medical care is along the course of your personal injury case, for example. If you've got any questions, let me know. Shoot me a comment or send me a DM. Thanks.